Hey, certified real back with another video. But first, I want to give a shout out to all my fellow Pisceans out there. Gang, you all already know. We in the build done. Also want to give a shout out to all my 2-2s and my 3-3s and my 2-2-2s and my 3-3-3s and my 7-7-7s. And shout out to any other angelical numerical numbers that I may have forgot to mention. Also want to thank everybody for coming out to support the channel. Thank you. And those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell notification to be notified of my upcoming videos and content. And we're going to jump right in. So today, I also want to say happy birthday to all the fellow Pisceans out there and the ones that I missed yesterday. Happy birthday. Hope you guys are enjoying your birthdays this year. Welcome, Sedona. Welcome. How you doing today? So we're going to talk about Pisces, your mind under the retrograde, okay? Now, one thing to know is that the Mercury retrograde, okay? So it doesn't affect everybody the same. Now, one thing is that when it hits Pisces, it hits the mind, okay? Now, what this could cause is overthinking, old emotions resurfacing. You might end up coming across your ex. Your ex might call you. You could just be writing something and in the mid-sentence, you could just say something when you was really trying to say something else. It's like you make these little, it's like a, how can I say it? It's like a way where you make a mistake because you're probably thinking about somebody else in the moment. So that's what I mean by the old emotions resurfacing, miscommunication, yeah, intuition versus the illusion. And that's usually what causes the confusion. Now, just so you know, you guys, it's not chaos, okay? So when the retrograde comes, it's not chaos. It's more of a mental reset that happens. Now, another thing, I'm going to give you guys like 60 real examples, okay, of how that Mercury retrograde works and how does it affect Pisces and why does it happen in the first place, okay? So I'm going to tell you guys how to master this so it doesn't become a fear, so that way you're not being controlled by it. Now, if you are in a situation where you're spiraling out to where, you may be going downhill in life or you may be evolving, okay, from it. So another thing is don't forget to drop that Pisces symbol in the chat, okay? So I'm gonna give you all these examples. Now, overthinking and the mental glitches that you get from it, okay? Now, you may be the type of person where you're replaying old conversations. It's like from past, it could be from yesterday, last week, 2 weeks ago, and you're just getting these mental glitches that's kind of like, yo, why am I thinking about what this person said to me? Why am I thinking about yesterday? Why am I thinking about, whatever conversation? And it could be years, it could have been years ago, but you're thinking about it. So as you guys know, why this is happening is because Mercury rules memory, okay? And when it comes to Mercury ruling memory plus the reflection that comes with this, so it's almost like you're self-reflecting. That's why you're able to go back to what something that was once said or something that someone told you. And like, for instance, myself, I went through a phase of just revisiting of old zodiac signs of people that I may have said, oh, I won't date this type of person, or hey, I wouldn't talk to such a sign. And now all of a sudden in this retrograde, a Leo has tried to, talk to me, and a Libra. See, now a Libra scared the crap out of me because like, I wasn't expecting that. And I also was like, yo, how the hell did I fumble across this situation? And now everything that I've told you, like every single thing that I've like shared with you guys, it's like she's like easy to where I don't trust it. Because remember I said, there's nothing like a Libra and having the skill and the gift of charm. See, charm is like a facade. So it's easy for a person to buy it, buy into it. Imagine a car salesman wants to sell a car so he could get that that bonus, that raise on his paycheck or whatever, but he makes this car that's not really a good car. It's kind of like, it probably won't be a lemon, but it's not like as great as he makes it seem. He's like, yo, this is a nice car, or my dad has it, and he's just just using charm, and he's just trying to spice this car up to be something of which you're looking for. Or he might say, yo, it has the new features, and then you're like, oh, let me test drive it, and then it's almost like you hate to say no. And that's kind of like how Libras are. They could be doing things just to keep the peace, or just to keep two people from conflicting with each other. But you never know how a Libra really feels. Like, aside from trying to people please a situation, or trying to smooth things over, or just hoping that the day would just progress, and that whatever types of bouts would just diminish, or just solve themselves. And that's really kind of like that's not really always the best way to fix a situation. Okay, so with that being said, welcome everybody that just came in the chat. Welcome, happy birthday if it was your birthday today or yesterday. I'm still working on well, I know I'm like 2 days late, but I had a lot going on because like I said, I'm not making any excuses, but it just had a lot going on. So I do apologize. Now, another thing is so how to solve the whole replaying of old conversations in this retrograde that we're going through. What you want to do is you want to write down the facts versus your feelings in the situation, because in this retrograde, like I say, it lasts from the 26th. It started on the 26th. It ends on March 20th. Now, the problem here is that it affects the water signs the most, and it could be both good or bad. Like I said, depends on your situation. You can either be evolving from it, or you could be spiraling out of control about it. Now, the thing about it is in this retrograde, do not get caught up in like trying to do a whole lot of planning, because you could sign, let's say for right now, you could be I'm gonna use for some reason I have this, my intuition is picking up on a car, like someone's trying to buy a car, someone's trying to go get a car. Now, I'm using that as an example. I feel like somebody needs to hear it. Now, the thing about it is, when you go get that car, the best thing to do is to be patient. See, because it's so easy for you to go in there and get something that you wasn't looking to get, or hey, it might be out of your budget to get that particular car. And you just want to make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's along the way. Don't rush into anything. In other words, don't pick the car based off of your feelings. Okay. Now, the next thing is that you could be the type of person to misread text during this retrograde. So let's say someone were to text you, you might look into it in the wrong way. You might perceive it to mean something, different other than how it was, said to you. So you want to be very careful because why? The tone distortion, okay? During the retrograde is very intense. It's very strong. So it's so easy for you to read into something that was said, and then you could just, take it. I'm just saying, take it with a grain of salt. You don't want to say, oh yeah, this person said that I can, get my job back. And it's like, yo, be careful. Don't make a whole lot of plans, and don't try to get into, because it's gonna, what tends to happen is, once you start to go along with something during this retrograde, it might not be what you thought it was going to be, or you may mishear, you may misread into something, thinking that, oh, it was the answer to something that you wanted to, accomplish. Or you might say, oh yeah, damn, this was the, the whole shift that I wanted the whole time. But then when you sign up for it, you realize that, oh, you're going to be working with some enemies, or hey, maybe you don't like the boss, or maybe, so it's like, damn, I should have just waited, because now everything's like sounding like confusion at this moment. Now, another thing is that how to solve this when it comes to the misreading of text messages and emails is that you want to ask directly for clarity in such a way that you get the understanding, you get the like basically the meaning of what a person is really saying to you in those texts, or what they're trying to convey to you, so that way you fully understand what they want from you. You do not want to take a chance of guessing, assuming, and say, oh yeah, they mean this, or they say yes to this, thinking that, oh, they understand you, because they might not. Okay. Greetings, Cameron, welcome. And everyone that just came in the chat, happy birthday as well. So the next one I have is brain fog. Okay. So brain fog is like, you go through your day and you can't really think clearly. You can't really, you're just out of it. It seems like you may be not, I would say, not as focused as you would like. Okay. So why does this happen? Because Pisces already are intuitive. Okay. You're already intuitive. But here's the thing, because you operate off of intuition, what tends to happen during this retrograde is your logic, it slows down. Okay. So how to solve this is you want to make sure you get adequate sleep. Make sure you, rest as much as you can. If you feel the need to, listen to your body and reduce screen time, because something about the flicker, the blue light, with in regards to computers, TVs, or just, having a phone at your bedside, which is not good for your body, because it could cause cellular damage and give you cancer over time by, having your cell phone next to your pillow at night, or under your pillow, or just, screen time. You want to just limit it and keep it at a reduced amount of, watch time or whatnot throughout the day. Now, the next one, this is the most common mistake during the retrograde, and that is second guessing your intuition. See, because everything's is like pretty much foggy, unclear. So it's like you could be on the money about something, but then like you could just instantly change your mind, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because that's what the retrograde does. It scrambles, just like making scrambled eggs. I'm not funny. I'm just trying to get you to understand this. This is the most simplest way possible. Okay. The retrograde it scrambles your mental processing, see, of how you perceive things and how you break things down. So you do not want to second guess your intuition, because remember, the intuition knows best. It knows more than what you know. It knows more than what logic knows. And you have to accept it as it shows you, as it speaks to you, as it, your gut, that gut feeling that we all say, or we tend to, mention from time to time, that's a signal of your intuition. So you want to say, yo, always follow your intuition. It would never steer you in the wrong direction, because even if you don't have enough facts, your intuition is stronger than what's currently happened. That's why it's always 4 to 5 or 10 steps ahead. Now, another thing is that if you want to solve this and to, rule out this whole second guessing of your intuition, what you want to do is always wait 24 hours. You could do this even if it's not the retrograde. Just get in the habit of waiting 24 hours before reacting to a situation. Because listen, if you give yourself time, then that allows you to have more of a certain, of being certain of what you feel, not your feelings, but your intuition. Okay. So that way you can hone in and say, okay, this doesn't feel right. This decision doesn't feel right. I'm gonna sleep on it. Then when you wake up, it's like, now you have more, now it's like you had more time to know whether or not maybe if you were going to change your mind, or hey, what if you were going to second guess your intuition, now you have more time to break things down, instead of, oh, I'm gonna just second guess myself just because it doesn't seem like I have enough facts to make that of which my intuition right or wrong. Okay. Now, another thing is during this retrograde, you can you can often think of the worst case scenarios. Okay. And we call this overthinking, because why? The imagination. Sometimes we add to it. We add more to a situation of what you're thinking about, and it's almost like you start to add more to it. You start to add people that are not involved, and it's like you're making more a mountain out of a molehill. When you do this, now thinking those worst case scenarios, what's happening is your Pisces intuition, okay, plus your uncertainty about the information of what you're thinking about. Now, to solve this is you have to stay grounded in the evidence. See, stay grounded in the evidence, because you can't add to a situation. If something didn't happen, do not even have your mind focused on the very things that don't matter, that didn't happen, because that's just going to confuse you. It's like let's say the evidence is that you got whiff of, you not even got whiff, you seen someone do something wrong throughout the day, and because you saw it, it's evidence. But as far as adding different people to the equation, oh, this person was walking past and this person did this person said this, that's just going to distract you from what really happened. So ground yourself in evidence. Another thing to watch out for during this retrograde is to be careful with Mercury, okay? Because this is the thing. What I was gonna say initially, because I got lost my trail of thought, but yeah, the next one is forgetting the details in the situations, whatever it could be, pertaining to anything that you go through the day with. Okay, so forgetting the details. Why? Because Mercury rules details. So it rules memory, details, communication, and that and such. So when it comes to these details, it's so easy for you during this retrograde to forget important dates. Like, oh, I was supposed to, take my grandmother for, breakfast on Friday morning. Those little things and it's so crazy. Even if you have these things written down on the calendar, you can easily during this retrograde forget. Next thing you know, it'll be the day after. And it's like, yo, yesterday I was supposed to take my grandmother to go get breakfast. Oh my God, how the hell did I forget that? Like, this retrograde just can really just like throw you off. That's really what it can do when you're not prepared, okay? So how to solve this and to keep this from happening, from you forgetting, is to write it down. See, even if you use a Sharpie pen and grandma breakfast, had it right in your room, like right above the dresser where you can't miss it, because it's so easy to just, oh, I forgot. Because even if you have a calendar and, let's say you have it on the fridge, it's like you can literally forget. See, now another thing is speaking emotionally instead of clearly. Okay, so you could be the way you respond to people could be done emotionally, and then all of a sudden it's like, yo, what is really going on? Like, even if it's crazy, even if it's someone else doing it to you, where they can respond emotionally, then they can have you miscombobulated, because it's like, oh, they may have said, oh, why didn't you come over why didn't you come over to last night? And then all of a sudden it's like, well, I just wasn't in the right mind, or hey, I just didn't feel like it. And then it's like, well, what do you mean you didn't feel like it? So it's in those states where it's like you want to just speak clearly and just filter those emotions out, because all it's going to do is cause it's going to cause a reaction. Okay, now why does that happen where you speak emotionally instead of clearly? Is because of the water sign reaction within yourself. Because it's instantly, when you get overwhelmed or flustered, usually that's the go-to. It's almost like a care package. It's like, oh, the very first reaction within a water sign is the water. See, is the emotions. It's like, yo, you get flustered and you snap, because it's like, that's your first reaction, is like, what the hell is going on? And that's the way you respond naturally. Okay, so what you want to do to solve this is to pause before you respond to things. Like, just take that little small delay will really save you heartache and pain, a headache, a misunderstanding of a situation between you and someone else, or just the whole certainty of just knowing, oh, this happened and this didn't happen. Because you could literally just like snap and then be apologizing for it later, like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, I didn't understand what you were really saying or asking of me, and people are looking at you like, oh, you're nuts, like you're crazy. Because it's like, well, you didn't think about that first, you just started going off on everyone, and now you're apologizing to everyone. So that's something you want to watch out for. Always pause before responding, especially during this retrograde. The next thing is feeling misunderstood. You could say something and you probably are unaware of just how confusing it sounds. I cannot talk for, man, I'll tell you guys, I literally fumble my words. Like like for instance, the Libra woman was telling me how she was watching her grandbaby, and I accidentally heard it wrong. And I listen, I knew what she said, but because of this stupid retrograde, I said, oh, I said, yeah, I didn't know you had to watch your grandberry today. Granberry? I'm like, why in the world am I saying granberry? I said, oh, I didn't know you had a granberry. A granberry? She's like, a grandbaby. What made you think of that? It's like, why am I talking in metaphors, like, and it's done on accident to where I wasn't even trying to be funny. It's just the freaking tongue twister of just retrograde, just going against my words. It's like a damn tennis ball being ricocheted right back where, which it was hit, thrown, whatever. See how I'm talking right now? It's like, dude, what the hell are you saying? And that's how retrograde, it's like it's hard to communicate, in other words. It's like everything you say is like, what? Like the Riddler, you're just throwing out answers. And you know what? Let me stop. It's getting worse, okay? Stop it. I can't. Retrograde, it's here, and it's getting on my nerves, okay? But yeah, now you guys see me going through it. Now it's affecting everyone. Now you see the headache that I'm trying to get you guys to not have to experience it like me, if that makes sense. Okay, so the next thing is when okay, now the feeling misunderstood, that's where we were at. Okay, so as you guys know, why this happens is because Mercury, it distorts expression. See, that's what it just happened to me right now. As I'm trying to explain myself, it's like I can't, the words that I know are there, it's like I can't reach them. They're trying to run from me as I'm trying to, as I'm trying to speak, it's like my words are running from me. So that's what it's like. It makes you just appear to be someone that, like, oh, he can't speak, he can't say, but it's like, it's a frustration. Okay, so as I'm even trying to get you guys to understand, I can feel the tension, like, man, damn. So how would you solve this is by clarifying calmly. Just calm down and try to say a word slower, okay? That way it'll help you not to, because the faster you try to speak, that's when it's like, you just start saying things and you consciously know what you want to say, but you just don't have, the words are not ready for you. It's almost like, they're like, wait, it's like a delay. Now, another thing that happens during the retrograde is dream confusion, okay? So during this dream confusion, it affects Pisces. Now, I'm going to tell you how, because the Pisces subconscious is activated. See, when you're dreaming, like today, I had a dream while I was awake, like a vision. And I had a dream that the Leo, not my girlfriend, but the other Leo, she literally grabbed a piece of like a glass like a glass frame, and she literally threw it on the ground, and all I heard was glass bust. Like, she just literally took the mirror on the wall and just threw it down, and it just, all I heard was just the shatter of glass. And I'm like, yo, this is not, I don't believe in coincidences. I said, this means something. See? And then I looked it up, and it said a breakup. It said something breaking apart. So I started to scan my day as it progressed and said, you know what is going on? And as a Pisces, I'm like, I started reacting emotionally. I'm like, yo, who is about to break something? Who's about to try to break up some shit? And then, like, as I was going around investigating, I made an ass out of myself, because it's like, bro, what the hell are you talking about? Like, nobody's trying to break nothing. That's the retrograde. It has you tweaking out. It makes you feel like you start to overreact, and everything that the retrograde is giving you, you start to like get anxious to where it's almost like you're reacting to it. See, you're reacting to this thought pattern, this mindset that this is like something bigger than you that's coming against you, but you can't see it. You don't even realize that it's there. Okay. Now, The dream confusion, why it happens, as I said, the Pisces subconscious activates. Now, how do you solve it? You have to write down your dreams. See, you have to write down your dreams, because you will start to see the delays. You'll start to see the different, the different blueprints missing. If they are missing, you'll notice and say, okay, well, I had a dream about this. Why did my dreams get intense from the 26th to the 20th? Now, after that retrograde has passed, now I'm back to normal. You might realize your dreams are not as intense, okay? Now, yeah, definitely gotta balance it, definitely. Now, I'm trying to slow down, but it's crazy because I naturally talk fast, because of the slower, if it's slower that I talk, I start to feel disconnected from my words. Because one thing is, I have Black Moon Lilith and Gemini, and then I have, I wouldn't say a speech impediment. I don't have a lisp or anything, but I have, like, how can I say it? It's like when I speak, I don't want to forget my thought of to get my point across. And then the longer I take to speak, sometimes I could just literally have a brain fart to where I forget that what the hell I was going to say in the first place. And that's why I learned to write shit down, because if I don't write it down, it's almost like I could just literally forget. And it's like, damn, I forgot. And then I'll remember while I'm in the shower what I was going to say later on in the evening. So yeah, another thing is okay, the dream, as I mentioned, the dream confusion that happens during the retrograde. So you want to journal your dreams. Another thing that happens is overanalyzing silence. So even if someone else is quiet, you might start to read into it in a negative way. Why are you so quiet? Are you on something? Oh, don't even try it. Because you might say, yo, are you guilty about something? Something you want to talk about, you start reacting to it. See, other than just, accepting it for the retrograde. Now, here's what happens. I'm going to tell you why you start to overanalyze silence in the first place, is because the retrograde, it delays responses. That's why I explained to you guys me having trouble speaking today, because it's like my words feel like they're getting away from me, okay, as I begin to think about what I'm going to say. But even if I have my notes in front of me, it's like my mouth and my brain is literally like shut off for the night, if that makes sense. Okay, so how to solve it is you don't want to assume. Do not assume anything during this retrograde. Don't assume anything, because you're gonna end up screwing up something. See? Now, another thing is because the Mercury, I'm gonna tell you, this is the problem that happens with Virgo. See, with Virgo is you have to be careful, because with Gemini and Virgo, okay, so you gotta, these are the signs, okay, when it comes to thinking, expressing oneself. And if you notice, is that how does Virgo know what to criticize you about, unless they have a memory orphanage of just, oh, I know what you wore, I know what you wear, I know how whatever it is, and then to sit there and judge you and to become critical of another person, because you have a memory of what, of everything about them. Okay. Now, yeah, definitely it's the trickster, because definitely it's the trickster, Gregory, yes. And it's like it makes these signs talk. It makes them, speak. It makes them think, because they're constantly reacting, if that makes sense. They can react. And they pick up on everything, so they react to everything. That's why Mercury can be considered chaos, okay, or creating of chaos, because it's like, could you imagine a person assuming something about a situation, and then at the same damn time reacting, and then they're like going off on everyone. They're, oh, you're quiet, and you're cussing you out. And you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. This is not even what's happening. But this person is sure of it. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys, is that's why when I explain in the past, where in different videos and different lives, that I said Aries. Virgo and Gemini are prone to chaos. See, it's like they are in it. They breathe it. They start it. They finish in chaos. It's like because think about it. If you are a Virgo, and the reason why Virgos are considered the trickster is because they can help you. Like they can help you in such a way where they can help you evolve, if that makes sense. Like, oh, maybe some things about yourself that you may need to change, and how, let's just say you wasn't aware. You didn't know that something about maybe your glasses or the shirt you wore had stains on it. Just something you just wasn't really paying attention to. But Virgo has a really strong memory of it. See, to where it could have been what you wore 2 days ago and it had a hole in it. And then all of a sudden the Virgo will say, wait a minute, that was a shirt you bought. Where did you buy that shirt at? They'll say it, it's like they care about you. And then they'll just literally slice you in half with I'm talking about razor sharp critical, to where don't wear that shirt anymore. Matter of fact, I'm going to buy you another shirt because I'm sick of seeing those holes. Or, it's like, whoa, and that's the thing. But the Virgo, in their mind, they think they're helping you, but they don't understand how harsh they're coming across. They don't even see themselves because they're reacting to you. They literally get pissed off seeing a hole in your shirt. Like, what the hell does my shirt that I have on have to do with you? And they literally get pissed. Don't wear that shirt anymore. Matter of fact, I'm going to take it from you right now. So you can't wear it anymore. And you think they're playing. You thinking like, the Virgo is just a jokester today. And they're dead ass serious. That's why I say they're tricky, because you don't know what is, considered the playful, gentle side of them. Because when you think they're playing around with you, they're dead ass serious. And the worst thing you could do is assume that they were joking with you. And they wasn't. Nope, they weren't. And it's like, oh my God. See? Now, yep, definitely, Gregory. Yep, definitely. Now, the next thing is relationship chaos that happens during this retrograde. Okay, so as I mentioned, your ex reaching out to you. Now, for some of you, this may be good news. But just know it's temporary. See, so just know it's temporary. So don't assume that, my ex hit me back, the one with the big booty. Oh, yeah. Man, listen, don't assume that it's going to be, after the retrograde's over, she might end up leaving you again. It's just like the truth of her, just why you broke up with her in the first place begins to resurface. And you're like, yo, what the hell was that about? So, yeah, the ex reaching. Now I'm gonna tell you why this happens is because the retrograde, it brings the past back. And you know what's even dangerous? It brings back the same, even if it's not the same ex that you had, it could bring back such a person that acts just like your ex. It just comes in a different form. See, it's like the packaging is different. It's like, she acts just like my ex. And, it just how it started off, at least. And then it's like, it ends the same goddamn way. It's like, what the hell? And you want to know what's crazy? It's almost like a Jack in the Box. And then for my situation, a Libra reaches out to me out of nowhere from the past. And I'm like, I got a girlfriend. I'm actually engaged to my Leo. So I'm like, I went through this phase of cheating and I learned my freaking lesson. See? So now I'm like, okay, I'm a good guy now. And I'm like, I'm not going to cheat. I just can't. Like, I really, it felt like my eyes bawling. Like, I literally felt like emotional because, like, the what you're seeing in this retrograde is not clear. It's almost like, am I really seeing this? And it's like, I'm not going to allow myself to do this. And I wanted to stop. I'm literally screaming inside, like, stop this madness. Like, stop this madness, retrograde. Stop. Because listen, you're really trying to tempt me to do something that I'm going to regret. And I'm like, I can't do it, bro. I don't give a damn what this Libra. And you see what I said? The Libra is the most tempting zodiac sign that will literally make you, man, listen, a Libra woman is like her and the Virgo woman. They're like tag team partners, buddies. I'm going to tell you what they're buddies of. They're buddies of being a home wrecker. Oh, yeah, she'll get the husband to cheat on the wife to cheat on the husband. These are some really, because I'm going to tell you, Libra is the master of relationships, in case you didn't know. See, she'll make a relationship out of anything, of anyone. Oh, you're going to be my grass cutting guy. Yes, I love you so much. And then all of a sudden, he has his pecker right inside of her. No one knows why. How? Oh, but that's the grass cutting guy. So her relationship with this grass cutting guy, socially, oh, she ain't going to just break it off and say, oh, the hell with this guy. That's a relationship that she has made with this guy. He has a certain spot in her heart, the grass cutter. So when the one she goes and flirts with, oh, want the bushes cut this want them at this length, and yeah, want the grass cut this high and this low, and don't forget to lower the blade, because last time when you were here, you ran over my bird feeder. And it's like, well, keep the blade low. But then it's like, oh, once he comes back and he's like, yeah, I did, put the blade low. I got that right. Okay, well, do you want to come over tonight and maybe I'll cook a little something? Man, look, that Libra is very charming, man. Very charming, to where she could flirt with you in such a way that no other woman has. And it could just be for one night. One night stand. So I'm not trying to cut down on Libras. What I'm saying is that they have a knack for like making you feel so good that you could get lost in that, to where now you don't even realize until the next morning, damn, I just cheated on my wife. Damn, I just ruined my whole situation I had. See? And you're like, oh my God, why did I allow myself to be that damn stupid? Like, to just put it all on the line, because you get enticed. See? Because listen, you know what's really crazy? The Libra knows exactly what she's doing. Or if it's a he or she, they know exactly what they're doing. And they hold back to where they don't always give off like so much than they know, if that makes sense. It's like they're very slick, but they try to come off airheadish. Like they try to come off like, oh, I don't really know what that means. I don't know. I don't speak like that. And it's like, you have to put the dots where they go. And it's like, yeah, you come off a certain type of way, but I ain't buying it. Like, because you can't be deceived by what you see, okay? Now, getting back to the topic, okay? Thanks everybody too for the 6-7s or whatnot as well. Okay, so another thing is the X reaching out. Okay, that's where my trailer thought. So the retrograde brings back the past. Now, to solve this is you have to ask yourself, why are they back? Why are they back? See, because listen, if you don't have an answer to it, it's just a part of the retrograde, trying to bring you back so that you can lose what's right in front of you. See, now another thing that happens during this retrograde in regards to the relationship chaos that happens is old arguments start to resurface. So you wonder why you have an argument out of nowhere with your spouse, your sister, your brother, about some old shit. And then you could just bring it back up to where, you remember that time, babe, when we were in the room and we were having sex and that guy called you? Who was that guy? And then your girl's like, I told you not to bring it back up. You did it again. Like, oh, because I mean, like, we were in the room and like, it really pissed me off to just know, like, where did you meet that guy? And now you guys are arguing about some old shit that you guys already resolved like 2 years ago. This retrograde really, I'm telling you, it's chaos. It's like a ball of chaos, and it turns into a whole huge storm. See, and then you react to it. See, and you end up messing up everything. Now, another thing is, and it comes through communication. In other words, that's why I said communication can be destructive based on how it's used and how it's perceived. Because you can hear something in such a way that the person that told you so, or spoke of it, you end up adding little sauces and different information to it, and it's like a bomb blowing up in your face, because it's like you should have just, whatever they said to you, don't react to whatever a person is saying to you, especially in this retrograde, if that makes sense. Now, okay, so when that unfinished communication, that's what we're dealing with, okay? And to solve this is you want to close those loops maturely. See? So don't, even if you feel it on the tip of your tongue and you basically about to speak of a situation that was long ago, just stop yourself and say, you know what? Am I looping? Am I going to loop a whole can of worms back to mess up the vibes? Nope. Don't do it. Now, it's so crazy because thinking is not the same as speaking. So this is what beats, because it's always when it comes to reverse psychology, it's always the opposite. So if you're speaking, then the best thing to do when someone's speaking to you, to protect yourself in such a way, is to think first before you speak. Because it's like, as a person is speaking to you, if you're able to think, you're like, okay, is this something that I respond to? Is this something, if you even feel like you're getting upset, you can stop yourself and say, no, I'm not even going to react to this, because I know that it's something bigger than me going on, this retrograde BS, and I'm not even finna get myself worked up. Okay. Now, another thing, see, that's why I said, instead of being controlled by it, you end up, you were able to evolve, from it. So another thing is, that's just you being aware that it's there in the first place. Now, another thing is, when it comes to the mixed signals, they're amplified. See? So everything is going to appear as confusion. Like me, I was on the live on the first day of the retrograde. Even shout out to Misty. Misty even told me, she said, "Oh, do you know it was just the retrograde? The retrograde just started today." And I literally just I was reading the chat and the comments, and I started to it's like I ended up thinking that everybody was attacking me or something. It was just weird. And then I'm like, what the hell did I just do? I was like, I ain't going live no more. I was like, man, it was just crazy. The information just seemed different. It's something that I felt that I never felt before. And I'm like, yo, why am I going against my own? It was just weird, you guys. But I do apologize, but I know it's this retrograde that's happening. Now, another thing you want to watch is as I mentioned, the mixed signals amplified here is because of the misinterpretation of everything. You read, you can see a word that says you gotta grow up, or you can see somebody say that, and then it'll instantly it's like you'll read it wrong and say, what do you mean? You trying to tell you talking to me? It's like get you worked up for no reason. So this is why I said you could just misinterpret everything that you see. Everything you read is like, are they talking to me? Or so how to solve this is you want to ask direct questions. See, don't just assume that, oh yeah, or just take it in such a way, or take it personal. Okay. Or personally. Okay. So another thing is the emotional, they call it the nostalgia. I can't say that word for shit, but you guys know what I'm saying. It's like when you it's like a fantasy. I like to think of it as like a fantasy, when you romanticize about something, okay? Like you really got your mind, your juices flowing into a situation. It's like, oh, it might be something that you are tender, and I don't mean tender in the bad connotation, okay? But what happens here is that you start to why I'm gonna tell you why this happens, because you're already the type of person, Pisces, that you're like the master of romance, okay? So in order to solve this, you have to separate fantasy from what? You have to separate fantasy from facts. Appreciate that, Misty. Appreciate that 100. You gotta separate the fantasy from facts, because that nostalgia, I hope I cannot say, I try to say that word and it's a tongue twister for me. It's a lot of words that's the tongue, it's like I can't just say it. But yeah, it's like it's related to fantasy in such a way. Now, you got to be able to separate it from the facts, in other words. See? So that way you don't get caught, lost in it, if that makes sense. Now, another thing is that happens during this retrograde is doubting your partner's intentions. In this retrograde, I would just recommend do not get into any arguments with your spouse, your girl, your sister, your brother, your family, your cousins, anybody. Just try not to get into any arguments with them, because everything is going to sound different. Everything of speech, of communication is amplified here. So it's almost like noise. You end up hearing noise and then you try to make something of it. You're like, yo, who are you talking to? You might just start getting very reactive to where of which or how someone's talking, speaking to you, how they say something. You totally will get the distortion of like, oh, you'll make more of what they said or what they were trying to say. And it's like, that almost happened to me today, because the Leo was like, we were arguing arguing about someone that, okay, how can I say this? We were arguing about somebody asked for a number, okay? Somebody asked for a number and she gave them her number, but she thought that she was like just trying to like get this person to stop it, like stop, because they were like constantly coming at her like, yo, let me talk to you. I guess the guy he wouldn't leave her alone, so she just gave him the number in order to block him right away. That's what her argument was this is like, she doesn't want to be stalked and followed around and like just having someone constantly on her. So she's like, I gave him the number and I had it, my intent was to just block him. Like nothing happened, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. And then I said, okay, if that was, I said, but if I do that to you, you're not going to believe me. I said, so if this is a rule, I said, because I'm not used to this. Like, this is like, it's more aggravating than anything, because it's like, I want to trust you, but why did you give him your number? Just tell his ass no. That's the boundary right there. Just say no. But she doesn't want to, the guy following me around and he just kept coming, and like, no, but then that means you're being too nice. See, you're too worried about, I said, what do you want, attention? Like, haven't I given you enough attention? I was just going on. It was just like, no, it's not like that. No, we just sitting there arguing, and it's like, my little thoughts were just like, and then I had the nerve to say I was done. I said, you know what, I'm done. And she was like, what are you getting mad? What are you saying that for? Like, you're so quick to run off and, be done with it, but you're not listening. I took the number and I literally was trying to block. I'm like, bro. And I just hated the whole fact we were even talking about this crap, because it's like, I'm a type of person that's like, if I can't figure it out, I don't want it. It's like, if I can't figure out what happened, who's right, who's wrong, you know what? F it. I'm done with it. The whole thing. Like, I don't even want to sit, because the worst thing is remember I said your intuition is like the lamb. Okay. It's like the best course or the best entree on the menu or whatnot. I'm giving bad examples tonight. I'm sorry, guys. I'm very I be saying some wild shit, man. That's the best example I come up with during this retrograde. But anyway, I was just like, yo, it happens to the best of us, but it was just like frustrating. And I just forgot what the fuck I was finna say that quick. But I still have my lemonade from McDonald's, and this is actually good. But yeah, see, that's the thing. When I have these brain farts, I just have to just keep going, because it's like, maybe it'll come back to me later, maybe it won't. Let me see. Missy said that will not stop him. He still got the I don't like. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, my intuition was saying, like, no. But then I started thinking, there's one thing, and this is how I know that it's the retrograde, because this same thought process got me a divorce. And was it 2020? No, it was 2016. See? And the same thought process was like, oh, if you do it, I could do it. But then I realized that it's almost like control, because if you're trying to do the thing of which they did just to like get back at them, it's like you're not getting anywhere, if that makes sense. And then when I told her, you know what, I'm done. See, now I remembered, because it's Misty. Thanks, Misty. Then I said, I'm done. And then she said, oh, well, what do you mean you're done? And I'm like, yo, I'm done. Like, I don't want to talk anymore, because my theory is this. It's not even jealousy. It's like, it's a respect. It's like a cross boundary. See, we call it a dead end. Don't cross here. There's certain rules and certain things of like, where if you cross a certain boundary, it's kind of like, I don't really, because you got to apply the emotions, the logic, and like your reasoning of a situation. And ultimately your intuition is like, you can't trust her. Then it's like emotions. I'm like filtering my decision with how I feel, because I always say, even if you're hurt, be honest with yourself. Don't let your pride step in. Always, if you feel betrayed, if you feel hurt, you need to listen to your emotions and say, well, I don't feel like I could trust you, man. Like, because that pisses me off that you would give someone your number. And this is like high schoolish, like, you're in a relationship, man. Tell this guy no. I don't care if he's begging. I don't care if he's following you. I don't care if he puts a damn trailer attached to your damn your bumper. I tell his ass no until he keep reinforcing it. Nope. I said, because if I do the same thing, I said, then you're going to feel that it's something more going on to it. See? And then I'm going to tell you what happened is that we were literally in the bed screwing, right? Just like the example I gave you guys earlier. We were in the bed screwing around, and then her phone rings. This ain't never happened. She picks up her phone as I'm like, literally, I'm in the doggy style. I'm like, and her phone rings, and I'm like, wait a minute. She looks at her phone just like this. Puts the phone down. I'm like, And then, as Pisces, we even after we catch something like that, we're like, we ain't gonna say nothing. It's like our silence just comes upon us, like, get done, wash off, whoop-de-whoop-de, right? Next thing you know, I'm timing her. She don't know, like, I got a imaginary invisible clock in my brain, like, how long is it gonna take her to tell me who the hell that was that called her phone? Then it's like the little show, what do they call it? Dude, I forgot the name of the damn thing, but it's like a countdown. And I'm like, is she gonna tell me who the hell that was? Because I'm like, it's not leaving it's literally trapped in my brain at this moment. And then I say, you know what? Because I have a Sagittarius stellium, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna find out what the damn truth is. I don't give a damn how I come off. I know who I am. I know I ain't insecure. I know I ain't jealous. Any man would feel like that. Any man would be like, who the hell was that calling you at all wee hours of the night? Because think about it. If a man call your woman at 1 a.m, you in the bed with her and the phone ring, bro, we got to talk. I ain't letting this slide. Hell no. Because that make me think like, dude called you at a time where he suspected you to be alone. See? So that let me know, okay, nah, bro. This man then called and she tried to say, oh, well, she didn't know he was gonna call. I said, I know you didn't know he was gonna call. But that's the thing, you can't control a guy and tell him rules like, oh, don't call at 12 because my man's gonna be at home. That dude ain't gonna listen. That's why you shouldn't have gave him the number. That's why I keep saying, like, you give the dude the number, you're basically giving him access. It's like a green flag. And you wave it around, you're like, yeah, I'm up for grabs I don't really like my situation. Please come save me. And you got your signature on it. See? Then all of a sudden, that man, he knows. Because listen, he would have never asked for your number in the first place if he wasn't going to use it. So I said, okay. I said, you know what? I'm done, right? But here's what I decided to do, okay? Because at that moment, Glass, I'm like, if I say I'm done, why don't you just leave, right? Then all of a sudden, the Libra shows up. And I said, oh, what a distraction. What a distraction to just what happened. Okay, boom. I'm like, I could cheat. I could be a fucking, that's not me anymore. I did that when I was younger. I'm like, why would I go back? See how the retrograde likes to bring you back to something that you used to do, you used to be. It could have been an ego in that season, the past lives. But this is a time of it's like the time of the reckoning, to where it shows you, have you evolved? Have you gotten stronger? Hasn't your will gotten stronger? It's like a mirror. So that's why I look at the retrograde, because I have a retrograde. I have Pluto and Scorpio retrograde. So I'm already used to having everything, the tension on the inside, and knowing how to control it from coming out on the outside. But it's not 100%. See, because sometimes I have flare-ups, I have outbreaks, but it's not herpes though. You know what? I shouldn't even said. Oh my God, bro, that was bad. I apologize. Viewers' discretion is advised, and I certify real approve this message. Okay, vote for me in the 2027. I know what. I'm gonna just stop. I'm not funny, bro. I just get carried away from sometimes, but a doobity that's all, folks. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, okay. The next thing is but I actually like beef steak tomato. So if you want to throw one of those at me, I'll actually eat it. But yeah, okay. You know what? That wasn't. I'm gonna just stop. I'm gonna get back on it. I got you. Okay. All right. So the next thing is you got to be careful, because during this retrograde, when it comes to relationship chaos, another thing you got to watch out for is doubting your partner's intentions. Now, remember I said, why? Because of the heightened sensitivity. Every little thing, listen, every little thing your partner says, as I mentioned, it's going to make you question it. Oh, I went to Pete's and bought 5 pounds of pears. And then it's like, oh, why did you drive? Which Pete's did you go to? Oh, I went to the one that's like, 10 miles away. Well, why didn't you go to the one that was like around the corner there? Why did you waste all that? Who'd you go see? Wait a minute. See, it's like you start every little thing you become super sensitive to. And then you begin to question it, because it's like, it feels so interesting. It's like, well, what happened? What happened? It's all these questions. That's what said, like the Riddler. It's like all these little question marks surrounded. Just you're surrounded by it, to where you see a little something. Oh, what's that about? Hot and honey spicy chicken sandwich. Okay, I wonder how that tastes. Oh, aren't you on a diet, sir? Oh yeah, but it kind of looks delicious. I want to try it. It's like every little thing, you're sensitive to every little things, and that's what you react to it. You react to it intensely. See, that's what I'm trying to say. So another thing you want to watch out for, and how do you want to solve that, is you want to communicate calmly, okay? Because when you communicate calmly, then you actually hear yourself. Then you know if you're overreacting. See, now another thing is that happens during the retrograde for relationship chaos in regards to it is accidentally oversharing. Okay, now this is so easy to do because you start getting diarrhea at the mouth. Okay, why? Because you experience an emotional overload. See, your emotions, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, are flooded at this point during this retrograde. Flooded means you don't even know how you feel, what you feel, what, when, where, how. It's almost like you've just been having a heaviness weighed down on you. You become overstimulated, overloaded, in other words, emotionally. Now, how do you solve this situation? You want to filter before you speak. See, remember, you want to process your emotions before you begin to speak. See, that's going to help you so that way you don't overshare. Because you might say, yo, I didn't go to work I didn't go to work yesterday. Why? Because I had diarrhea in the morning. I didn't take my tablet that I was supposed to take because the stupid Instacart shopper, he didn't get my soy milk and my bananas when it didn't tell me what he did. I'm gonna tell you what he did. He went and got me 6 freaking overripe bananas. Now I can't take my goddamn, see how you start oversharing, you start talking too much. And then it's like, oh, why did I tell that guy that I was taking medicine for, with soy milk and bananas? It's like, because you got emotionally overloaded, sir. And it's like, oh, damn, I didn't even know. I should have filtered before I started speaking. So that's the thing. Now, another thing is that you could ghost from past contact, someone contacting you. You could ghost from past contact. See, it's like if let's say someone that you used to talk to in Canada. Let's say you took a trip out there, and then all of a sudden you may haven't talked to those people for years. And you're like, yo, I actually went out to Canada and I met some people, and hey, all of a sudden you feel the need to revisit. See, that old cycle that has already been closed. So you could have the mind state of, oh, I wonder what such and such is doing nowadays. And it's like, dude, that's old. That cycle is way old. It shouldn't even be thought of because it closed already. So everything you ended, it's like you become worried about it now all of a sudden. Okay. Now, why Mercury? It revisits the old cycles, as I mentioned. How to solve this is don't reopen. Do not listen. Do not reopen any healed wounds. Like any situation that you healed from, an ex, a job, whatever it is. Do not go back and revisit. See, because you already got out of that situation. Now, another thing is during this retrograde, you can start to confess your feelings impulsively. Okay, so how is this done and why does it happen? Because you have a emotional sensitivity spike. As I mentioned, you become just so intensely emotional, and then it's like every little thing you feel it. It's like needles. And here's the thing: how you want to solve this is you want to regulate first. Okay, that's gonna keep you positioned and keep you grounded, so that way you don't become emotionally sensitive in such a way. Now, another thing that happens is you start to take things personally. And why does this happen? Because Pisces, you already naturally absorb energy. See, so that's why I said it's one thing to be the cosmic sponge and absorb. The worst thing for a Pisces, though, is to take it personal. See, because especially during this retrograde, you could take everything personal of which you absorb. See, and you might say, "Oh, that was directed towards me." Oh, that's who you're talking to. You're trying to, insinuate you're really talking about me. But hey, and it's like, no, you're just absorbing too much. See, now what you have to do periodically and to solve this is you want to detach emotionally. See, I wish more people were like me in such a way, having, moon in Aquarius, because I'm able to detach emotionally. And I don't do it because I'm overwhelmed. I do it because of my I hope I don't have a tongue fucking my individuality, if that makes sense. I like to keep my own individualness, and I don't like to, like, even if I have friends, I oftentimes detach from them because I don't want them to think that that I'm clingy, or I don't want them to think like that how can I say this? I want them to know that I can do my own thing, if that makes sense, even though I'm friends with them, and that I won't stop caring about myself just because I have them as friends, if that makes sense. Now, so that's why I think I could come off a-hole-ish to some, because they probably don't understand why I do that. Because most people expect you to be, close by or in arm's reach constantly. It's like I might actually ghost you, but not intending to do it in such a way to hurt your feelings or to hurt you. It's more like I have to be able to pull away from you from time to time for me to just feel like a human being. Like, because I can get overstimulated. I'm still a Pisces. It's like my sun sign's still Pisces at the end of the day. So I can get overstimulated by having so many people that I'm absorbing from constantly upon me. So I have to wring my sponge out and detach emotionally from others. So that's why I've learned to not take on other people's problems, issues, emotions. I've learned to listen and then just say, yo, man, I'll pray for you, or hey, I hope it works out. Because that, you have to put that boundary there. Otherwise, people will literally like hold you hostage, like instead of having a gun to your head, it's like they're literally holding your ear, like holding you, like, and they're just speaking to you like, yo, let me go, let me go. You guys are holding me hostage. It's like a Pisces tries to bolt and break free from that. But if you don't know how to set boundaries, that's how you'll constantly get taken advantage of for your ear. So your listening ear, because people will hold you like, and it's like, and another thing, you wouldn't believe what they did to me. It's like, then you're listening to them like, oh, wow. And, they know you're listening, and it's like they try to take advantage of your listening ear. And as soon as you try to break away from them. And another thing, check out, that book that you gave me. And this turn, it's like you can't escape. Then it makes the Pisces, once you try that emotional overload flavor of the day from Culver's, you start saying to yourself, I have to escape. Like, this person is annoying me now at this point. But then it's like you're screaming, you're subconscious to that decision, but you literally have to do it. You have to say, and sometimes, it's so crazy because once you realize this, you probably laugh to yourself because I'm probably reminding you of it. It's like, as soon as you like stand your ground, a Pisces is like, as soon as the person tries to open that can of worms, oh, and another thing, a Pisces is like, you better not try it. Once you set the boundary, a Pisces is like, the Pisces, when he finally does, or she finally does, hold that thought, because I gotta go. I gotta go make my pizza, and I'm not gonna be up all night. But it was nice talking to you, though. It's like, the person might be like, you're like stuck for words, but you have to do that, because if you don't, people will literally torture you with like trying to talk it's one thing to talk your ear off, but it's like to just sit there and just torture you with like, and another thing, and another thing, and another thing, and another thing. It's like, how do you shut them up? You have to stand your ground. You have to say, hold that thought. And if they just keep talking, like, if you're dealing with someone that doesn't care, they just push your boundary. They try to push your boundary. Oh, it'll be quick. Oh, it'll be quick. Nope. Walk away. Just walk away as they're talking to you. I know it's rude, but sometimes you have to reinforce that boundary to where I don't have to listen to you. if I don't want to. When I'm done, I have to had it. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually had someone apologize for talking my ear off. Oh, I'm so sorry. I held you up. I said, no, you didn't help. You didn't help. You didn't hem me up or anything like that. I said, I actually felt that you needed someone to talk to. Maybe you don't have friends or maybe a situation, but here, I'm glad you got that off your chest, because the next time you see me might not be from a month from now. So just, I guess appreciate it while you had the chance. Because some people think it's like they try to get into a routine with you of, sharing things with you, in other words. But yeah, okay, so another thing is confessing feelings impulsively. So this one, as I mentioned, no, I didn't mention this one. Okay, so confessing feelings impulsively. And why does this happen? Because the emotional pressure builds up. Okay, now how to solve this is you want to wait until clarity sets in, because you could get into a mindset of thinking that, oh, you have to hurry up and say whatever it is because you feel the emotions bottling up inside of you. Like, I remember it took me a while as a Piscean to realize how to express what I felt. Or if I didn't like something, I used to just stay quiet. And it used to just bottle up inside of me. And then I used to clench with my jaw. I used to bite down a lot, where you see the little, if you ever see someone clenching their jaw and biting down, it's tension. So it's like a tension that if you hide it, what it does is it starts to go to different parts of your body. So that's what causes the little dimple little thing, but they're really biting down. And then you start cracking your teeth, and then you start to, and it's really just anger that you're storing, that you're harnessing, and that anger builds up. And could you imagine putting too much air into a tire? It's gonna boom, just explode, to where by you holding on to that anger and not getting that off your chest, it's better that you vent. It's better that you vent and just say things of what you, it's like at the timing of which you felt it. If you get pissed off, you just say it. Who cares how it looks? You just say, yo, you're pissing me off right now. I wish you stop. It's better to do that than to get mad and then go quiet and try to store it. See, because now you're going to end up snapping off on the wife, the kids, someone that has nothing to do with what happened or what pissed you off in the first place. But what I was doing was I would break things, because I would break things that I actually paid for and then regret it later, because I would get so mad and then I would just snap, and then I'll just like grab a TV that I paid for and throw it against the wall, or like punch a hole in the wall. And that's how I used to do things until I learned it's okay to let off steam and just talk about it. 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 And you know what the secret is? My grandmother told me this, and this was like, man, and when she told me this, I was like almost bawling, like literally like, what? This was, and it's so true and it's so powerful. She said, you get so mad even if you don't have anyone to talk to yourself. That helps you get it out, because now your subconscious is opening, like it's open, and now you can literally talk to yourself, and it's like, oh, you're getting that energy, pushing it out. See? And I said, what? Like, I didn't know, like, because I thought it would be weird. It's like, no, people think it's weird, but what do you think inmates do? They sit in jail and they have to think about what they've done to come to the conclusion that, oh, that wasn't the wisest thing to do, but now it's too late. See? Because you can't get parole or any of that if you have the same thoughts or the same anger going on. But yeah. So that's another way, and that, like I say, that keeps the emotional pressure from building up. In other words, so you get the clarity by, talking with someone or talking to yourself. It could be your pet. It could be anybody, as long as you bounce it off to someone or something. hey, put on some boxing gloves and have a heavy bag in the hanging up. That could get you to work that energy off, because store anger only, that's what it is. Go work out at the gym. Go lift something heavy. That's the best thing to do. You have to channel your energy. You can't just sit on it, because if you sit on it, it doesn't matter if it's anger, sadness, happiness. It doesn't matter. You have to exercise it. Otherwise, it is going to go against you, in other words, just like this retrograde. Now, the people that don't fully understand this retrograde, the best analogy that I could give you is, imagine a pair of new Jordans, right? You think they're new, but they're like classics. They're like a pair that came out 1986, and now it's like they're bringing it back. See, it's like those retro 11s that used to be out, that were the shit. Now it's like that's the thing. That's what's, it's like being brought back. Okay, they're back out now. So think of that, of which I'm telling you now, of the retrograde, when it's depicted with the whole Mercury aspect. That's what I'm saying in such a way. It's like bringing it back, bringing the old shit back. All these glitches and little things. These little things affect you only if you react to it. See, because think about it. If the new Jordans were coming back out, and you didn't react to that, it can't affect you. You wouldn't give a shit, because I don't wear Jordans. It's like, how can I go back to something that I don't have, or that I don't really give a damn about? It can't affect me like it would affect you, see? But if you love the things in the past, that's where you got to watch out for, because that's like a hidden enemy to you. Because think about it, your hidden enemies disrupt, they distract, they agitate. It's like all these different things that is actions of which you can't see, but they affect you. See, this is someone's disruptive. It's like, you know, that they're preventing you from the flow of how you operate. See, if they agitate you, it's that their behavior is irritating, it's annoying. So it's like, it's to get you into the mindset of not expressing yourself. Because remember, I said, you sitting on that energy. That's what your hidden enemies are doing. They're trying to keep you stuck and trying to not allow you to express the energy, exercise it. They want you to sit on it, see, and destroy yourself. Now, so the next thing is, okay, you want to, okay, we said that. Okay, so now when it comes to career and social misfires, is that during this time in this retrograde, you may have email misunderstandings, okay? For those of you that have, jobs in the office, or, hey, where you're dealing with emails, be careful here. See, because you can look at an email and, like I said, just totally misunderstand what is being said. It's like, or directions. It's like, yo, leave the, turn off all the lights in the turn all the lights off when you leave. It's like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, you go into the work facility. You imagine turning all the goddamn lights off in the whole on your job. You go turning every damn light off. Well, that's what the directions said. It said turn all the lights off when I left. So I went and turned all the power off, the whole building. It's like little stuff like that. You misunderstood what they were saying. Just saying to turn the lights off where you were currently at. Now you done turned off the damn the boiler, all the shit that needs to stay on to keep the plant running. You done turned everything off. But yeah, so pay attention. That's just an example. Pay attention to tech glitches. Your computer, all of a sudden, the battery is like not starting up like it normally does. Little things like that, little knickknacks, little all of a sudden the microwave isn't like, you're checking the wattage, like, yo, I just warmed up a plate of, pizza rolls and now they're still cold. Like, what the hell is going on? Little stuff like that. So tech glitches could be cell phones, any type of form of tech, okay? Another thing during this retrograde is delayed projects. So you may, start on something late where you normally would have done it already. You could have an experience with misquoted statements. So that could be another thing that you could have a discrepancy with. Another, and that's crazy because you could literally, like, could you imagine a car salesman? He actually misquoted you. You're like, yo, wait a minute, that was supposed to be 15% interest on the damn loan. It's like something that they forgot that was very important. Okay. Another thing is public confusion. So publicly you could be, in confusion about whatever's going on during this retrograde, or rethinking your career path. You may have already decided what you wanted to do as far as your career, but now during this retrograde, you're rethinking it. You're changing your mind. You're not sure. Oh, well, I was going to do a 4-year. I was going to go to a 4-year college. Now I'm thinking about staying in town. Now I'm thinking about, if I should just go get a different job, or, hey, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. And it's like, wait a minute, don't make any serious plans now during this retrograde. Another thing is you could revise your goals, where you're changing up the blueprint of how you're going to go about it. You could have tension with authority figures, your boss, security, the police. You probably, God forbid, get pulled over for some shit, and then you're arguing with the cop. Reputation anxiety. And this is why you could be so quick to end a situation like me, because you probably look at the whole reputation situation. You don't want to be known for the guy that gets cheated on because the girl gave the number out. There could be contract errors that happen. There could be scheduling chaos. Now the scheduler has, let's say you normally have weekends off. Now all of a sudden they got you on for the weekend. It's like, yo, what the hell is going on? What is the scheduler doing? All of a sudden everything was fine. Now they got me up, working on the weekend, like little stuff like that. There could be travel delays. You got, you booked a flight. Now all of a sudden there's a snowstorm or something that just came out of nowhere. Now it's, caused a delay. Social media, misinterpretations, Facebook, what do they call it? Threads, Twitter, just things that you look in, it's not as clear as it sounds. There could be public criticism that may take place. Missed calls. You probably were, let's say you were just sitting in your car like me. You could have had like 2 missed calls right now, did not even know it, didn't even hear your phone ring. You could forget meetings that you have. Oh man, I forgot to go to the meeting. I missed my damn interview. Little things like that. Emotional burnout, where you just don't have enough energy emotionally to do things. You might be resting more, taking more naps, over explaining yourself, and you may experience silence, and that could be misread as an attitude. So if other people are doing it, you could think that everyone has an attitude towards you. The retrograde can also cause a person to reconsider long-term direction. They could just all of a sudden become lost. Oh, I don't know what to do anymore, or hey, I don't really know if that's the right decision for me. But you've already came up with the conclusion ahead of time before the retrograde. Now, why does all this happen, of which I mentioned? Okay, it's because Mercury, it governs communication and systems. See, so Pisces governs emotions and fluidity. Okay, so when logic rewinds, that's when the whole emotion dominates in this situation. See, so remember, I've always said emotions, you do not want to use emotions to make decisions. You use emotions to filter out a situation. See, It's like to weed out certain things only, not to make an actual decision. So that's the problem here with why this is happening. It makes you make bad decisions, in other words. See, now, because you're going about it wrong. How to solve it is by slowing down, taking your time, staying calm, double checking everything. At this retrograde, double check everything. If you have to go over 3 times. The boss said to turn off all the lights. Turn off all the lights. Where? Oh, because he didn't mention where. He basically wants you to, he's basically hoping you know already. So then that's when you will go with, oh, the lights in the room that I'm in. See, it's like once you say it 3 times, go over it, then you can fine tooth comb and weed out what he's not saying. So that way you don't hear it different. Okay. That's just an example. Now, another thing is you want to avoid impulsive reactions. Because some things are going to piss you off and you're going to just want to just react to it. See, it's like getting stung by a bee. And then you're like, ouch. And it's like, now you're defensive. Now you're looking for another, to be stung again. And it's like, now you're on the defensive side of things. Okay, so when it comes to spiritual and the inner reset that takes place during this retrograde, the good things about it. See, it's not always bad. I just mentioned the bad things, the warnings, the precautions. Now we're going to talk about the benefits. See, because think about it. When you are in an environment full of confusion and you're able to survive, what does that do? You get the benefits, the rewards. See, because that's where a Pisces intuition activates during fog, during the things that you can't make sense of. See, with logic, reasoning, emotions, you can't even filter out what you can't use that when it's intuition. So here you will benefit with heightened intuition. See, because now it's like you knew during that retrograde that, oh, this X wasn't the one. See, this goal that I was thinking about, that wasn't the goal that I initially had in the first place. That's why they say to go with your first mind. See, which that means your intuition in the first place. Now, another thing that you benefit from is that the illusions, they start to collapse. See, because remember, you're not deceived by what you saw happening when the retrograde was here. See, you start to look back and say, wow, I gotten stronger. See, you realize that you have evolved. Now, another thing is you start to realize the red flags. And that's one of the major things that a lot of people miss. But because you survived the retrograde, you're able to realize the red flags. You also, when it comes to, facing denial, see, that's another thing that you go through. It's like you learn to deal with it instead of run from it. Another thing is emotional detoxing. So it's not just physical, it's not just when it comes to diet, you start to release the toxic ties, see, that you once had, and it gives you the clarity. It's because of the clarity, because now you realize that, oh, this person was an ex for a reason. Because you have to make sense of everything. You have to always ask yourself, why? Why is this happening? Why did my ex come back? Why did I find a dead dog? Why did I, always ask yourself why. Why is this person doing this type of behavior in the first place? Why did this? Because listen, you answer the question first before asking it. That's cold-blooded. See, you ask yourself first. Well, why did she give the guy her number in the first place? Ask yourself that first. See, before you ask her. Then if you ask yourself and it doesn't make sense, guess what? Stay calm and don't even say nothing. Don't even ask her, why did she give the number? See, because she could be testing you and your reaction. That's why I said some people do stuff just to see what you would do. Oh, would you let it slide? Oh, are you going to say something? Just to test how much you care about them, just to gauge. And that's kind of done in a gaslighted deflection way. See, it's like instead of coming through the front door and just being straight up, some people go about things, you know, ass backwards. They go about things. They actually make it difficult for themselves instead of just direct, being direct. So I always advocate and I always preach to be direct. That's how a relationship lasts longer. If you do something, just communicate with your partner. Just say, oh, you don't hide nothing. Because if I have to find out and you didn't tell me, then I'm gonna feel like, oh, I can't trust you. Okay. That's just how it goes. Now, another thing that you benefit from is you start to see the patterns clearly, and that's why the illusions collapse in the first place. You start to recognize the projection. You start to learn boundaries. You learn how to set them, and you also learn why you need them in the first place. Another thing is you start to break the whole savior complex, because just when these people come back to you, you are no longer in the mind state to say, oh, should I save this person? See, because listen, even if you know it's rejection of which they will feel, you have to not try to save them. Don't let them come back just because you're trying to save them from being hurt by you. See, some people need to hear that it's over. We're never getting back together. See, you have to end the cycle when it needs to end, not let it prolong. Now, another thing is accept harsh truths. Now, this is important. You might not want to know why your ex broke up with you. You may not want to know the harsh truth behind things, but you need it. See, this is like that one piece, that puzzle piece where you just like, yo, which one is it? It's like you need that harsh truth. See, because that harsh truth, once you accept it, it's like, okay, oh, you think I'm dead weight? That's why you breaking up with me? Okay, fine. That's your opinion. I'm glad you got that off your chest, and hey, you didn't waste any more of my time. Now I can move on. But it's like, even if it hurts or you hear it and it's like, damn, they shitted on me. So what? You got the harsh truth, and now that's going to push you even further to go out there and meet somebody better. See, because that's just that person's opinion. And who knows, it could have just been projection. See, maybe they were dead. Maybe they were dead weight, and they're trying to make you feel like you were. See, so you got to know the difference. Now, another thing is you also benefit by healing the past traumas that you once had. It could have been your ex. It could have been a bad job you had. But when you break that cycle and you heal from the past, now you're able, that's going to make you 10 times more stronger. From every obstacle that you survive or get through or get past, you reach like another level. It's like being in a elite stage, to where what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So from all your past dilemmas, traumas, and you're able to heal and get past it, guess what? That gives you new armor, in other words. So now it's hard for something else to penetrate that armor based on the level of that trauma. See, you get through a tough time, it's like, now that's gonna make you stronger, and then possibly allow you to help someone else, if that makes sense, that's going through either the same situation or something lighter, or not as intense. Now, another thing you benefit from as well is you start to detach from fantasy. Now, with Pisces is that you have the best of both worlds within you. And why I say this is because you can fantasize about things and then it gets you in trouble. See, because you're not supposed to mix business with pleasure. You're not supposed to mix fantasies with realities, because sometimes you can take something of the spiritual or take an idea from the fantasy world of things, and then you try to end up making it a reality for yourself or for others. And we know this to be true. Because look at Ron Jeremy's ass. He took a fantasy of the whole industry thing with the adult films, and he really made a career. Really made a career out of that shit, to where, who knows, what he's, who knows how much whatever he made from what, the whole idea is that some people can take that fantasy life or the fantasy idea and they could try to make it become realistic for themselves. See, to where, oh, this is how the world operates, but you can't always do that. So detaching from that fantasy mind state can help you, in the long run. Now, another thing you benefit from is choosing a logic intent with intent. So it's like when you choose a logic, you're doing it intentionally now. So it's not like, oh, you reverted to that because you had no other choice. It's like, because that's the difference with logic. You got to know how to use it. You can't just say, oh, well, logically speaking, yeah, this is what I... No, do you fully understand what logic is, dude? Like, you got to know how to use it. And when, because otherwise it'll stress you out when making a decision. See, you can make a mountain out of a molehill. You can make a hole out of an ant farm. You know what? That was a bad example. But yeah, anyway, another thing is what you benefit from is you start to mature emotionally. You start to, you experience the growth. You start to grow up because you start realizing, oh, these are the things from the past. This is where I came from. See? And even though that situation is thank you for the hearts, everyone. You start to appreciate where you are in life, and you say, damn, that's who I used to be. And then you no longer feel the need to go back. See, because you have emotionally matured. See, which means a lot. It goes it'll take you places you've never been before once you experience it. Now, another thing is you also benefit through this retrograde with a strengthened discernment. So now here, or I cannot talk, man. It's like my words are like running away from me like roaches. But yeah, you start to have a strengthened discernment, in other words. So you start to notice the difference between good and evil. And it's very, very clearly for you. It's like you can clearly see it. You know when someone's, bad for you. You know when someone is on bullshit. You know when someone's lying. You know when someone is good for you. And it's like now there's no more confusion because during the retrograde, you've already exercised this energy. See, it becomes familiar. So now it's no longer like, oh, have we met before? You're like, no, I know you. I know this energy. So now I'm going to use it in the way that I know how to use it best. And now I can see the difference between right and wrong, more clearly. Now, another thing is during this retrograde, another benefit that you get is slower decision, okay? Slower decision making. So now you're able to make a decision, but you give yourself 24 hours before you react, before not react. Don't react before you respond. See, 24 hours. Hey, Tom, can you work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? We don't have anyone. That doesn't mean you answer right away. Hey, man, give me about 24 hours. I'll let you know tomorrow. Because, you don't do no over-explaining, no oversharing. I'll let you know tomorrow. 24 hours, boom. Then you'll have an answer that you have slept on. See, you took your time deciding. You didn't rush into a situation. Because what will happen is once you say yes, you almost feel like you would have said no because you wasn't ready. And you have to give yourself time to answer. Some people ask you questions that take weeks to decide. Don't let someone put you on a chopping block and say, yo, can you work tomorrow? No, I'm not. I can't work tomorrow. Oh, we don't have anyone. Well, I can't. Because if you just answer Now it's almost like they have control over you. See, because you don't give yourself time to decide, and this can keep you from, bailing, flaking out, being phony, all those type of things, those things that um, affect your reputation. See, because once people see, it's so crazy when people judge you and they say, "Oh, you're phony," or "Hey, you're flaky," or "You're wishy-washy." It's all because you see how it's still your fault because you didn't respect yourself. See, it's better to say, "I'll get back to you. Can you do this for me? I'll get back to you." Well, I need to know now. Well, no. See that now? See how you set the boundary? Now it's like, oh, you don't want to wait for me to decide? Oh, hell no, I ain't doing it. Nope. Then, hey, the answer is no, because I don't have an answer for you right now. And I don't have to answer you right now. If you have a time frame, why didn't you just say that? Hey, can you work tomorrow? But I need to know now. Don't wait for me to say, oh, that I'll tell you tomorrow. See, because that lets you know this is all about a power move at this point. So you always have to say, I'll get back to you. See, just do it. Just practice it. And you will see it works wonders. And that keeps people from asking you stuff that they know they're going to have to wait for an answer. See, because now you have conditioned them to respect you. Oh, well, ask Pam. Maybe she wants to shift. Well, no, that's okay. I'll just do it. I don't want to. Yeah, because last time I asked her, she's going to give me a day or two, and I don't want to do. I don't want to bother her. See, now the words begin to change. I don't want to bother her now. See, now because it becomes a respect. See, and that's how you keep people off you. You have to set boundaries, Pisces. You have to set, even if you're not a Pisces and you're not setting boundaries, you have to. There's no other option. Or get taken advantage of. See, now another thing, what you benefit during this retrograde with is an improved communication. See, you basically start to communicate better afterwards because now you realize what to do, how to respond, how to move, how to swim, and not to drown. See, now you know exactly what to say. Another benefit is you start to have clearer priorities, and also you get a mental upgrade. See, that is what post retrograde. So now it's like, oh, you have the very thing that could work against you. Now you begin to adopt. You start to get the mental upgrade of memory. But here's the thing: through self-control. See, this is why I tell people, man, listen, it's so easy. You have to master self-control, bro, in life. See, because listen, if everything bothers you, that's not strength. Just because you react, that's not strength. That means you have no self-control. See, and that's the thing. Even if you have a sharp mind, a good memory, that logic is only good when you use it for the right purposes. Just to be like, oh, I remember what you wore yesterday. That's stupidity. It doesn't mean it's not worth nothing then, see, when you misuse it. Now, another thing is, why does this happen to Pisces specifically? It's because Pisces operates emotionally first. This is why you have to control yourself, because your emotions, this is like a natural instinct for yourself as a Pisces. You naturally respond emotionally. So now you have, in this, hey, you will learn during this retrograde, but you have to master your emotions. See, you have to treat your emotions like people. See, people that you know, because those people can literally show up and it's like, yo, you end up letting these people take the wheel. Now, so as I mentioned, Pisces operates emotionally first, and the Mercury retrograde, it slows the logic processing down. See that? So what this does for Pisces, it makes you more emotional which means you get less clarity. And that's why you spaz out. That's why you constantly end up, bolting and moving out of your element. See, you're no longer fluid. Now you're just it's like you're scattering. You're just, scatterbrain. Now you're just, doing things and you don't even know why. See, you don't even know why you're doing it. And that's why Pisces feels mentally glitched. See, you don't feel like yourself, see, during this retrograde. But once you master it, the Pisces becomes sharper than ever before. See, because here, this retrograde is like the military boot camp. It is to challenge your mind. See, because your mind is stronger than your emotions. That's why you have to use mind control with mastery of your emotions. See, because you have to be able to say to yourself, is this the right thing to do? Is this the right thing to feel right now? Does this make sense? Does this emotion line up with the situation? See, do you bring anger to a dinner? No, you won't. See, you wouldn't do that. So don't be angry at dinner time. See what I'm saying? That's the thing. What I'm saying is, like, if the emotion doesn't match the event, don't use it. See, that's because that some people just, they just depend on their emotions. See, but then when you do this, you create storms. That's what the video I did about the ventriloquist is, that you start to operate. See, once you start letting your emotions take over, now you're putting a dummy out there. See, you're controlling the dummy with the whole intensity of emotions. But here's the thing. It's almost like a scapegoat, because you don't want to be out there in the field, see, doing the back and forth with people. So now it's like you just start to create the illusion that you're listening when you're not listening. See, but that's why I say you create storms, because people, once they catch on that, this Pisces is the ventriloquist, now, now you got some explaining to do. And now you can't even say shit. Now you're like doing exactly what the ventriloquist does, acting like you don't know what you said, playing dumb and shit. You see what I'm saying? When a Pisces playing dumb with you, that's because they are the ventriloquist. They're creating the illusion, like the voice that you hear. They make it seem like it's you saying that shit. You see what I'm saying? Because they could listen. When you look in the mirror, not only do you see yourself, but then a Pisces projects back onto you. See, yourself. See, so because a Pisces knows that you are your worst enemy. See, so that's why a Pisces knows I could just project your own self, your own energy back to you. See that? Because that's what you're running from in the first place. I don't have to say anything. See, I could just create the illusion that you're doing it to yourself. And that's why a Pisces always gets out of a situation clean. See, with no scrapes or burns, no disciplinary, because you're falling for the ventriloquist. But that was a different video. That people totally didn't know what I was. It was a few of you guys that knew what I was saying or understood it, but people don't understand. I speak from a level of I ain't trying, and I'm not tooting my own horn. It's just that I speak from a complexity of just like this stuff that I know is genius. It's almost like nobody else knows this shit. Like, I've mastered this. Trust me. I've been in very difficult environments, situations, and have survived, okay? Where people literally like, yo, watch this guy. I've had people say that, watch this guy. Like, be careful around this dude right here. And I'm like, bro, they just got the version of me that they wasn't ready for, because that was just the illusion. See, that they were dealing with this type of situation, but they were really just fearful of themselves. See how I projected it too? I project that that same energy that they, that they put out, just gave it back to them. But they don't see that. They don't know you're doing that when you're doing it, if that makes sense. Now, so yeah, so that, like I said, that concludes the video. Smash the like button. I got some more videos that I'm dropping as I'm moving into the dark side of Pisces, because I'm getting into the real dark truths. When it pertaining to dark side Pisces, because it's a lot. I want to go more in depth. Regarding it. So I've been watching different astrologers that been talking about it, but they're not really telling you like, or going more in depth about it. So that's what I'm gonna do with the next couple videos I drop. But I will be I'm gonna try to go live like every night, you guys. So that's what I'm gonna do as far as the schedule. But like, comment, share, subscribe. I love y'all. Catch y'all on the next one. Thanks for coming out, Misty, as well, and everyone else that I may have missed. And tune in for tomorrow's live segment. Thanks for watching. Peace out.